Now, be honest with me, y'all. Now, y'all know I don't pay a whole lot of attention to celebrities, so maybe it's just me. But am I the only person who did not know who Columbus Short was? Maybe it's just me. But I feel like a lot of times when people are irrelevant, they bring black women up in order to like claw their way back into relevancy. Like, in fact, I just recently recorded a video about Trey Songz doing that exact thing. I'll put the link to that up there, right? But Columbus Short said that a lot of black men are avoiding dating black women because black women are raised in, single mother homes where they're taught, oh, I don't need a man, right? And because of that, that messes with the relationship dynamics, yada yada yada. So black men would prefer to date non-black women. Okay. Let's get into this. Now, I came across this because I follow the Shade Room on Instagram, and they posted an interview that Charlemagne the God conducted with Dr. Umar, right? And Dr. Umar said a lot of what I was thinking, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to speak my own opinion, but then I'm also going to mention what Dr. Umar said, and expound upon some of that, right? This is my thing, and I'm speaking from the perspective of somebody who was born in a two-parent household, okay? So, mind you, my parents are still married to this day. In fact, they just celebrated I'm thinking like, wait, what year is it? It's 2024. So they've been married for 43 years, okay? They just celebrated their 43rd wedding anniversary, okay? So I grew up in a household with two parents, okay? And I will mention that my father grew up in a household with a single mother, okay? So my father did not have a father. So I'm going to talk about my experiences growing up in a single parent household, but then also mention some things about my dad who did not have a father, right? My first thing is this. I don't like the hypocrisy that I see when people try to take jabs at black women for not having fathers, right? Because this is not the first time I've heard this comment. Oh, black men ain't dating black women because they ain't got no daddies. You don't either. Do you really think that? Wait, I'm sorry. Do you really think that black men be abandoning their kids? But okay, I'm gonna abandon my daughters, but not my sons though. Like, what are you talking about? Like, did y'all grow up around black people? Because I grew up in Detroit public schools. Kids did not have daddies. And it wasn't just the black girls who did not have daddies. It was the black boys as well. So how can y'all sit there and say, oh, yeah, we don't like black women because they don't have daddies, when y'all don't either? My thing is this, right? If you're going to do something, just do it and stand on it, right? If you want to date interracially, just do that. Just do that and say, yeah, I date interracially because I want to. Can y'all stop coming up with these fake ass excuses and trying to blame black women for the reason that you dating out and stuff? Like, what? The other thing that I don't get is how women always take the blame for men's actions. And that's not something that is unique to the black community, but I am going to be talking about it in the realm of the black community because I'm black and that's the conversation we having right now about black men dating out because black women so and so and so, right? Something I've never understood, first of all, is how single mothers get so much flack for being single mothers, but deadbeat daddies don't really get none of that energy. And this is coming from someone who does not have any children. Before y'all be like, oh, you just a bitter single mother, bitter baby mama, so and so and so. What are you talking about? Right? No, okay? I have never understood how the parent who stayed gets all of the negative energy from society and half the time from their kids. Y'all be taking all your anger and aggression out on your single mothers, but none of it on your daddies. Y'all be, oh, I hope to meet my daddy. I hope one day he come back, and I hate my mama for so and so and so. Like, what? I don't understand that. I don't get that. Now, this is my thing. I'm not saying that any single mother was perfect. I'm sure there are some single mothers out there who were not perfect. I'm sure there are some single mothers out there who were toxic, who were whatever, who were yada, 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 right? But at the same time, they are the parent who stayed, right? And that deserve a little acknowledgement. Even if they stayed and they was abusive, that's horrible, right? They stayed, that's the bare minimum. Don't get me wrong, that's the very bare minimum, but that's more than your daddy did. That's way more than your daddy did, okay? So I don't get how, again, y'all have all this energy with the single mothers and never the single dads, right? And then let's get to the kids, right? Y'all always talking crap about black girls for growing up without no daddies, right? But doesn't that get back to the point that black men are abandoning their kids? Like, what? So first of all, you always hyper focus on black girls not having daddies. Y'all all ignore the black boys, right? But Then again, even aside from that, doesn't it all come back to the black man who abandoned his kids anyway? But somehow the conversation never turns into that. It's always just about black women. The blame is always put on black women. How does that make sense? You telling me that black men are abandoning their kids, right? Okay, they abandoning their sons and their daughters, but y'all only talk shit about the black girls for growing up without no daddies. Oh, well, this is why the black man don't want to date black women cause the girl ain't got no daddy. Neither do you, nigga. So you're gonna have to find another excuse, right? So y'all only blame the girls for growing up without black daddies, right? You forget about the boys growing up without black daddies and how that may have affected them, right? And then it's like you completely ignore the fact that, again, the black man is the one who abandoned his kid. And you channel all of your frustrations on black women. Oh yeah, the black women, they responsible for everything negative in the community. They the ones raising the kids and so on, so on. So forget about the fact that they trying their best. They single parents trying their best. Forget about the fact that, I mean, like, where's the daddy at? He's like, right? What? No, it's always black women's fault. It's always black women's fault. No matter what, every single time, 100% with everything, it is black women's fault. Y'all don't ever get tired of the lack of accountability, like, ever at all, like, never, ever, ever. I mean, I guess. Now, can we get into how, like, growing up without a dad affects boys and girls differently, right? And first of all, again, whenever these conversations are had, they're always about the black girls, right? So everybody's always talking about how, oh, black girls may grow up fast. You know, folks love to call black girls fast, right? Oh, they're looking for male attention because they didn't get any at home because they ain't got a daddy, so and so and so, right? So those conversations are being had already, right? But what's happening to black boys? What's happening to black boys? And let me mention something that me and my friends have been saying recently, and it really plays into this, okay? It really plays into this, okay? Me and my friends have been saying niggas is really the new bitches. Like, these niggas really act like women, like, for real, okay? Like, and we're talking, let me be specific. We're talking about black men. We're talking about black men. These black men out here really act like women. They don't really act like men for the most part, right? And I'm sure a lot of that has to do with the fact that a lot of them did not grow up with fathers. They were never taught how to be men or how to be masculine. So they grow up mimicking the way that their mothers act. And Dr. Umar actually mentioned that when he was responding to Charlamagne. He was like, you know, a lot of these guys, they'll sit there and argue and be catty with a woman, and that's not how a man acts. That's not masculine. Y'all literally are women in men's bodies. You sitting there, you acting the exact same as these women because you grew up in the exact same circumstances. So my thing is this. Of course, you know, everybody is affected by growing up without a dad. And, you know, we have these conversations about how girls are affected, and people say, oh, well, yeah, you know, these girls grow up in these single mother households. They grow up, oh, I don't need a man, so and so and so, yada, yada, yada. And that's very well true in a lot of cases, right? But what's going on with these men, though? Because y'all grow up with no male figures in your lives, right? And that has to affect you in some sort of way. And it does. Y'all literally act like women. Y'all are not masculine at all. And let me be very clear. I'm talking about black people in this video. I'm talking about black women and black men. Black men really don't be masculine, really. Like, I'm sorry to say that, but that is the case. This is the reality. This is the reality. Black women and black men who grow up in single mother households, they all grow up with some sort of trauma, right? Because the reality is there's supposed to be a father in that household and there isn't. And that absence of a father is going to affect black girls and black boys. Yeah, it's going to affect them differently, but it's definitely going to have effects on both of them, right? What I don't think is helpful is for you fatherless niggas to be sitting around talking about, oh yeah, I don't date black women cause they ain't got no daddies. Where your daddy at? You can't call your daddy. He gonna be like, who is this? Pick up the phone. I don't have this number saved. But you got the audacity to be sitting around talking about the reason you don't date black women is because they don't have fathers. Baby, your daddy could not spot you in a lineup. If somebody lined you up and said, oh, pick whoever, you know, whoever your kid is, your daddy wouldn't be able to identify you. So how dare you sit here and have the audacity to say that your issue with black women is the fact that we don't have fathers, as if you niggas got more fathers than us, because the same niggas abandoning us is the same ones abandoning y'all. It's the fact that I wish that people would just stand on what they do. If you want to date non-black women, do that. Don't nobody really care, right? It's the fact that when y'all date these women, you have to have whole podcasts and TED Talks about the fact that black women are so terrible and yada, 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 and so and so and so. Why y'all can't never just date these women and just be happy and just leave us alone? I swear before God, 99% of the time when a black man dates interracially, right? You can ask him, oh, why do you like Becky or, whoever, right? And they're never going to say why they like that woman. They're always going to reply with why they don't like black women. Like, literally. And can you imagine how hurtful that must be, though? Imagine you're in a relationship with somebody, right? Imagine somebody come up to my man and ask him, oh, why do you like Flower Tower? And instead of him saying, oh, Flower Tower is so pretty and funny and smart and just, oh my God, right? Instead, he like, oh yeah, it's because my ex was terrible and I hate her and so and so. So I'm like, okay, wait, why is you talking about your ex right now? Like, somebody asked you why you like me. Why are you not answering with positive things about me, right? Like, imagine that happened on a personal level. Wouldn't you be like, huh? So it's always so confusing whenever somebody asks them why they date non-black women, right? And whenever somebody asks a black man that, the answer is never, oh, because non-black women are so this and that and so and so and so. It's always because black woman is masculine and aggressive and loud. And it's like, I'm sorry, but I really don't think these relationships are even founded on anything other than anti-blackness and self-hatred, because a lot of y'all responses and y'all think pieces really are evidence of that. And let me make myself abundantly clear. Let me be fully transparent. In this video, when I refer to black men, I am talking about any man who is descended from sub-Saharan Africa, okay? Because there are going to be people under this video, because, on my YouTube channel, I talk about a lot of diaspora stuff. There's going to be some different ethnicities of people like, oh, yeah, you're talking about black American men, not us. No. I'm talking about all of y'all, right? And for example, do y'all remember when Kodak Black was talking about, yeah, I don't want no black-ass kids? Huh? Like, what? What are you, like, huh? Is that not oxymoronic? But that gets to my point, though, right? These black men be dating interracially because they are self-hating. They cannot stand the image they see when they look in the mirror, right? So they are dating interracially because they hate blackness. So they seek out non-black women and they wish to have non-black children, right? That's why they're dating interracially. But they're too embarrassed to just come right out and say that. So instead, they use black women as a scapegoat. Oh, yeah, I'm dating interracially because black women is so and so and so. Nah, that's not it. That's never been it. Be honest with yourself. I tell the folks all the time, who are you lying to? Because I don't believe you, okay? Now, folks always say, look, there's an old saying. There's three people you don't lie to. Your doctor, your lawyer, and yourself.